Okay, we're gonna try to do this like I would in our live class. So in the live class, we kind of group write a headline for this ad. Now you can see in the kind of the synopsis or the kind of creative brief for this ad is the goal is to increase adoption of older dogs and mixed breed dogs. The message is all dogs are perfect companions, and the audience is millennials and single young urban people. So the things that we need to think about when we're kind of writing this headline is think about what you want to get the audience interested, desire, and find interesting. I guess I said interesting twice there. So what does the audience care about? How might the audience benefit from adopting an older dog? So what are the benefits? What are those things that we desire, the things that we want, the things that we cannot live without? We can think of a story, a fantasy, or a dream. There's something maybe unusual, funny that could get the audience attention. So again, the ad is this kind of older terrier. We do see the call to action here at the bottom, adopt me at amandafoundation.org, and the logo Amanda. And you can see that the graphic layout is quite modern. There's a kind of a pale pink border around this very portrait-looking dog. So in the live class, like I said, we would go through the exercise of writing the headline together. So we can think of the audience, millennials. We can think of an older dog. We can think of, maybe cool, hip, thinking of the millennials. The millennials are theoretically cool and hip, but maybe they're also, if you're adopting an older dog, maybe you're kind of more of a professional. You're not. I'm not going to be able to type very well right now. You have a 9-to-5 job. Kind of weekend at the park. Kind of a little bit more low key. You're not partying anymore. You're not skydiving. You're not going to Coachella every weekend. An older dog is, is slower. It doesn't require much exercise. Is a good companion. So when we think about the audience and the benefits that this older dog is going to give them, it's going to give them love, companionship. If I can write, it's going to give them, a good friend, a good partner, a pet that loves them. When we think of maybe adopting an older pet, loves them unconditionally because they've, maybe come out of a bad situation. It's I can spell. So what are the kind of those benefits? Now we think of a story, maybe we think of them walking on the weekend. We think of them going to the park. Perhaps we think of them meeting other dog owners. When they're at the house, they're watching TV, playing video games. So, when we think of the benefits, we're thinking about, the relationship between the dog and the owner. We're thinking of the things that we do. We're thinking about those core benefits, the happiness, the companionship, the kind of the more low-key lifestyle. It's a bit of a slower pace, and it's really kind of like those in love and friendship. Now, when we really start to write some headlines, we might think of some ideas around these words here. So it might be something like meet the one that didn't get away. Though didn't is a negative, so maybe that's not a good use of the word. So always home for you. So we're not talking about facts, we're talking about those benefits, those things we desire, the things that we want. Funny and free. I don't know. just throwing ideas out here. It's really kind of vomiting on the page, to say it lightly, and just kind of putting lots of ideas out there so you can kind of work through to get the best thing. And I don't really know what it should be, so it should be maybe about companionship and walking, hikes optional, or long walks optional. Low key, maybe something to tie it into the video games, or the low key Netflix. Maybe something about Netflix. Oh, what's that expression about Netflix? Chill, Netflix and chill. So maybe it's Netflix, though you can't use another company's name in your ads, but Netflix and chill. Maybe it's like movie nights every night. So the idea is just to kind of get a bunch of ideas out here, kind of work through thinking about the benefits, thinking about the things that the owner or the prospective adopter is going to think about, what they would benefit from having this pet. So that they're calm, that they're fun, that they're loving. Maybe it's like love. Maybe it's like swipeless love, or swipe, I don't know if it's left or right. Sorry, I'm not in that world. Swipe right. Something about swiping right. I'm not sure. Or the right kind of swipe. I don't know. The right kind of swipe, or I don't know, maybe there's a better word than that. So the point is, again, just kind of getting a bunch of ideas in there, talking about the benefits, talking about how this, the goal of the ad is to get, obviously, people to adopt the pet. So then how do we show the benefits? How do we explain this is the right thing, that we want this to do this? How do we sell this to be the goal of the ad, to get people to adopt, and how do we sell this to the audience in a way that shows the benefits, shows them things that they cannot live without. Now, if you look up what the ad really said, so now this is from a great website called Ads of the World. I'd highly recommend that you take a peruse at this website all the time. There's some great good examples. So the ad is, don't expect me to pay the rent, and then the small cap is yours, but I'll gladly be your floor cleaner. So dogs kind of mop the floor. You spill something, they mop it up, they lick it up. So don't expect me to pay the rent, roommates, but I'll gladly be the floor cleaner. Maybe somebody's lazy who doesn't want to clean up their mess very often. You can see the other ads through this campaign, part of this campaign for the German Shepherd. You have my word, I won't sell your cat on eBay. I won't deny it, but I've done it before. I'm a different dog now. So talking about how things change, how people change, how dogs change. You can kind of relate that. This is probably my favorite one. For the Chihuahua, it's, don't worry, I walk around naked too. So this audience will probably be a female and never be out of fashion. I mean, talking about fashion, obviously men and women and all types of people care about fashion. But when we think of Chihuahua, we think of, the Paris Hiltons of the world holding the Chihuahua, so I'll never be out of fashion. So, even though they're old, not so cute anymore, they're not out of fashion. So think about the benefits, think about the things that are kind of really speak to the audience. And then just one little side note again about Ads of the World. This is a great website. And when you're taking a look at this, I would always, at least for this class, always make sure to be checking the print ads as opposed to the digital ads or the website ads. Though, it's great to look at those too, but when we're researching, it's really great to just really look at print ads, because they have a different kind of layout and look and feel, and that we're going to be designing print ads in this course.